Welcome back to the channel, guys. So today we are on another episode of the NBS Build, and I'm going to show you guys a little bit and then get back to work. It's time to get cracking. Let's get this thing done. I got Dino's get down in about 11 days, so I have 2 trucks that need to get done, so we got a lot of work to do. So first things first, I got the coilovers all assembled. They're about at the same height, and these are the Viking double adjustables, super sweet coilovers. Today we'll be getting those put on, tacked up. I've got the front mount for the wishbone welded up. I'm gonna go ahead and weld up all the rear wishbone mounts, get those burned in, get them welded along the adjusters for the bottom of the coilovers. Then we'll go ahead and tack the coilovers in. I'll weld the tube completely to the notch, weld the tabs in, and then that'll be pretty much ready to go. Then I can go ahead and install the wishbone. Everything else is pretty much installed. I will, once I get done with all the welding, I'm gonna go ahead and pull everything apart real quick and give it a coat of paint, just to clean it up a little bit. You know, it's not gonna be perfect by any means, but yeah, hopefully we'll be getting this back and doing some powder coat on it instead. So then this one, hopefully I can get some work in on it as well. I've got to burn in some more mounts and then start putting it all together. So stay tuned, guys. I'll keep you guys updated as I get things done. Guys, one thing I wanted to chat about real quick with you guys, when you're welding this rear end, it would behoove you to weld, like, say, it's called heat dispersion. So you want to weld one side here, and kind of flip-flop the sides. You don't want to put too much heat into any of this stuff, because what you'll end up doing is warping the axle tubes, and then you'll get a seal leak, and it's no fun. One thing you can do also is burn a weld in, and then what I do is I'll hit it with the blowgun. You don't want to use water. That was an old school trick, and it's kind of been proven that it causes cracking and makes the weld brittle by rapidly cooling it. Air cooling it, the air coming out of the compressor is already kind of warm, just because it runs often. So you're not really putting a drastic temperature change. But like I said, you still want to rotate, kind of flip-flop from side to side. That way you're not burning every weld in, and then you end up getting a warped axle tube. So I've got the inside and outside on those. I have to do the outside of this one. I got the inside and outside of those. I need to weld the coilover adjuster bracket, weld that up. And then we'll be ready for a little shot of paint, and then start putting it back together. And then at that point, actually I'll wait on the paint, and I'll go ahead and get the top coilover tabs mounted and make sure the bottoms are mounted. There's no welding for the bottom tabs. They just bolt together on these brackets. You can see there's like 6, 7, or 8 adjustments that you can do. So those will go there. So stay tuned, guys. I'm gonna keep welding. All right, guys, I'm back. I got a bunch of stuff done. I got some time lapse recorded, as you guys could tell from earlier in the video. I had a little bit of an issue, so I had to adapt and overcome. The coilovers, the Vikings, did not come with this Reckless kit. They were bought separately. And the downside to buying them separately is that they don't come with those brackets, those L-shaped brackets to mount the coilover. Those don't come in the kit, the wishbone 3-link kit from Reckless. They come in the coilover kit from Reckless. But the coilover kit is with QA ones, and we went with Vikings. So it was just a little mishap, but it took about an hour and a half to 2 hours out of my day, because I had to go to the west side of Phoenix to get those from Speedway Motors. They had them in stock. It's about 45 minutes each way in traffic. But I got all of the brackets welded on, inside, outside, underside. I got the coilover tabs tacked to the top, so I'll need to weld those in tomorrow. Those, as well as on the inside down here, I'll have to weld that seam up just so it's nice and sturdy. Same with the other side. But once I get those welded up, then I can go ahead and weld our coilover tower bar on both sides. Go ahead and take the coilovers back off, give everything a nice clean shot of paint. I got some satin black that I'm gonna do on everything back here, just so it looks pretty good and nice and clean. I did add some welds to the wishbone mount in the front. So we're just about done with fabrication on the rear. Just got probably about 30 minutes tomorrow. I'm gonna go ahead and clean up some of the spatter, just so when I shoot a nice coat of paint, it doesn't look really cruddy. But I'll go ahead and put the drive shaft in tomorrow too, and this thing will be ready to sit on the ground. I'll cut these blocks out. They're just tacked in, but I'll cut those out so that way we're at our normal ride height. Then I'll get the wheels on, I'll get it on the ground, and from there I'll adjust to make sure that we're as low as we can be and level. But yeah, I think I'm actually gonna cut this mount off as well. This was for the shocks, one of them, and then probably cut this exhaust mount right here off, just because we're not going to use that. Will probably come out the side of the truck. We've been talking about that, making some ideas and figuring out some stuff on that. But yeah, we're about ready to go back on the ground. From there, I can remake a brake line, get the brakes hooked back up, and then I can bleed the whole thing. Then the brakes will be good. I got a couple of things I got to hook back up, obviously. The charcoal canister right there, the gas filler tube, and then I'm gonna try and see what I can use out of these clips, but there's probably not a whole lot that I can use that's gonna look good. So that's it for today. I'm pretty worn out. I the whole running around town got me kind of beat. So I'm gonna come back tomorrow in the morning and finish this up, and then we'll be sitting on the ground. So stay tuned for that, guys. Hey guys, welcome back. So before I get a little too far, I kind of forgot that I was not recording. I got the rear end all sprayed. I'm gonna have to respray some areas. This is just a industrial paint from Ace Hardware. We're gonna end up narrowing this rear end, so it's gonna come back out, you know, probably 6 months down the road, and get resprayed. And he's doing a billet diff cover, so we'll end up changing that out as well. But some of the paint got a little rubbed off because of the brake line being disconnected. The brake line's eating the paint away. But I got the link bar, lower link bars on. I've got the wishbone on. I'm right now currently trying to set the coilovers, so I'll get those mounted on. I give it a nice little fresh coat of paint. I'm gonna go back over it once I've got everything assembled and kind of cover up some of the areas I don't want paint to get. But all in all, not too bad. Like I said, right now I'm putting on the coilover brackets. So I'll go ahead and get those on, get everything tightened up. I'll get the coilovers on, and then all the jack stands can come out from underneath it, and we'll be ready for some tires on it, set it on the ground, and hopefully we're pretty close to where we need to be. Guys, after a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, maybe no tears, I want to show you something badass. And here it is. Like I said, I was gonna get it on the ground this week, and here we are. This is with my camera about 6 inches off the ground. We are laid out on coilovers. I'm gonna have to adjust them clearly because he can't cruise around this low on 22s. But the plan is for some big billets. So when we do get some 6s under there, we'll be able to get the suspension dialed to where we need. It'll probably be about this area when we get 6s on it. So I'll end up coming back down. But as of now, I'm pretty damn excited. This is so cool. This was definitely a lot of work. It was kind of brought on me unexpected, but as I always do, I made some stuff happen, and it's exciting to see the end result. Unfortunately, this will be going back up in the air tomorrow. I need to do a couple of things. I need to, one, change the drive shaft. I didn't get around to that today. I need to make a brake line, which I don't necessarily need it up in the air for, but while I have it, while I have it up in the air, I'll go ahead and do all that. And obviously, I need to get it up in the air to adjust the coilovers. I'm gonna adjust the backs up, get us probably about another 2 inches up, and probably go up to the last setting on the brackets to raise it up even more. And then I'll need to get the front jacked up So that way I can adjust those and get a lot more height out of those. Same thing, luckily a lot of these brackets are pretty easy, so what I can do is just unbolt the brackets, jack it up to where I need it, and then put the brackets in different hole locations. That is the cool thing about a lot of these kits, is that they have the ability to do that. So I just wanted to share this with you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys have been watching the process. It's been quite a journey to get it here. We're still pretty far away. I've got new fenders that I'm gonna put on it. The hood is staying the same, but I will be changing to a different style of hood strut, like such. These with some gas shocks. So that's one thing. Here are the fenders. Then I have to do the relocation of the battery and the harness, and I believe the windshield wiper tank and coolant tank. These are the inner fenders for the front. Below those are the tubs for the rear. And there's my drive shaft, 2-piece, and carrier bearing. So pretty cool though. And now that that's done, once I get the brakes done, again, I'll bleed them, and that way this thing will be running and going, and I can pull it out. And then we got this guy. I got to do the tubs, the doghouse, and clean it up just a little bit. So we've got a lot of work still cut out for us, but we're gonna get it knocked out.